Hi, it's Thursday, November 20th, 2025, and this is an update to Mike's layout in the western suburbs of Chicago. This visit was mostly electronic type work, although if you've been paying attention to the videos or familiar with the layout, I have started the installation of the fascia. The fascia, of course, will give it a nice finished look. Ultimately, it's going to be painted basically a really, really dark green. Think of like the green you might see on camouflaged clothing or military camouflage clothing, but that'll be the ultimate color on the outside. One of the major things that happened for this trip was also the creation and installation of one of his control panels. This panel basically oversees all of the main line and the turnouts that are controlled by the main. Basically flip a switch. If the turnout's lined against you, it will give you a red light indication, so whether it's done here at the panel or an operator uses their throttle to throw the switch or a local panel, the mainline dispatcher who's sitting here will get an indication. Overall, there's also a general, or kind of call like a general cancel, if you will, that you push this button and all the turnouts on the main lines will align to normal. So that's just kind of a nice thing if you're going to, walk down and show some neighbors the layout or whatever. You can walk in and if you see a couple of lights lit, again, you can cancel that out, but all the main lines are set. The decision was made to make it sort of in the orientation of the layout, utilizing what we kind of call the red line and the blue line. And the operator's sitting here, and so I had Mike come up with the names of his places and locations, and so since he had a chance to select those, when he sits here and he knows that Plano's over his right shoulder and Route 59 is straight ahead and so on. But it's all Chicago names because, again, the layout kind of loosely represents a lot of things in Mike's life. One of the things that's also occurred is that he's becoming more utilizing what I'll call the sandbox, moving buildings around and ideas and some of his elements. So this is going to be Aurora, and some of the buildings are basically in place in the order in which they want to use them. There's Aurora Packing Company, which his family has some involvement for many, many years. And then ultimately over here, this was originally a section of layout that was much lower. There was going to be a lake here, and we decided that was just it was too much of a space hog, and so we've upgraded the I guess I'll call the lake into more of a stream, and then this is going to become remnants of the family farm, and then one of the small towns that Mike used to deliver a product for his parents' company and for his company. And then the front part of the layout here is actually going to have the stream, as I talked about, and then this area is going to be kind of like a play area for grandkids. They'll have the ability to move some buildings around if they want to put a canoe in the water or drive their vehicle or whatever around. This is a nice height for the younger grandkids to sort of enjoy as their play area. So, excuse me. So that's basically the update for the moment. Back here again sometime in January to continue with fascia, do a lot more of the wiring. One of the things I didn't mention on the panel is that there are going to be yellow indicator lights that will follow the train around, so that he'll be able to see as the train goes through the different blocks with the signal system and so on, that he'll be able to tell where trains are. Even though you could turn and look at them, sometimes it's difficult to remember if they're on the blue line or the red line, depending on which level you're looking at. So that'll be next time, a lot more to show. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell your friends about us. It's always interesting to see comments, so don't be afraid to write comments. Thanks again. Have a great Thanksgiving, everyone, and we'll talk to you, everyone, on the other side.